Are you planning to start writing in English, but you are confused? You don't know where to start from. Also, you don't know what you should write about. You're looking for a topic, but you are unable to find one. Don't worry. In this video, I am going to give you 5 tips, and if you follow those 5 tips regularly, you will soon begin to notice positive changes in your style of writing. Soon, you also will become a very good writer. So, without any further ado, let's start this discussion. In front of me, I have a list of do's and don'ts, and I will throughout the video mention those points. So listen to the video, watch this video very carefully, pay attention to what I am about to say. See, unlike speaking in English, writing in English is a totally different skill. When you speak in English, there are factors that you pay attention to. Factors such as your flow, pronunciation, pauses, your breathing rhythm, your voice, be it stern or be it polite at times, your facial expression, and of course, your hand movement. Luckily, when you write in English, you do not give importance to these factors. Why? Because when you write, there are different factors that play a very crucial role. Factors such as grammar accuracy, punctuation, phrases and clauses, tense, narrative tense, paragraph, the introduction, body, and conclusion of your article or essay or paragraph. Okay, the word limit. Okay, so I believe I have made the difference between speaking in English and writing in English quite clear for all of you. So now let's move ahead and discuss those 5 tips so that upon following these 5 tips, you all can become a very good writer. So I know that I believe, at least this is my assumption, that so far you have not tried your luck in the field of writing. You have never written anything. You want to learn how to write, but you are confused. So the first tip for you is find a topic and write about it. Now, what would you write about? This question will come in your mind. Don't worry about it. You don't have to write about some international issues. You don't have to write about some conflicts. You don't have to write about some government policies. Then what will you write about? Write about your personal experiences. Okay? Write about your daily routine. Write about how was your day. Write about your friend, your school life, about your boss. You can write about your first gadget, be it computer, mobile phone, typewriter, anything. Okay, video game. You can write about a trip to a particular place. Why I have said that you should write about your personal experience? Because personal experiences are something about which you don't have to read from different websites. You already know what you have to write. Okay, so you don't have to go to a website and then gather facts and figures from there and then mention it in your paragraph, your essay, or your article. So you can write about these things, but there are a few things that you need to avoid. Avoid using extremely complicated sentences. Avoid the use of advanced vocabularies, and also make sure that you don't go past the limit of 100 words. Write a paragraph of 100 words and that will do just fine. It will be perfect. Don't forget that you are right now only beginning. It's your initial phase. All right, so take your time, write small passages, make sure that the passages convey a particular message or inform the reader about a particular incident, and that's enough. So that was point number 1. What? Write about your personal experiences. Moving to point number 2. Check for errors. All right, look for errors. You don't have to do proofreading the way people in newspaper agencies do. You are not an editor, so you can look for spelling errors, spelling mistakes. You can look for wrong use of tense, punctuation marks, of course. Make sure that you don't go past the preset word limit. Make sure that some of the basic grammatical mistakes, you don't repeat them again and again. All right, keep these things in your mind. And when you proofread it, when you start checking for grammatical mistakes, use a red pen or a green pen. All right, because you have to mark those words or those mistakes out. All right, perfect. Now point number 3 is compare and improve. This is slightly complicated because we have heard several times that comparison is not a good thing. Well, here you want to improve, so you have to compare, right? Find similar paragraphs on internet. So for example, you have written about your daily routine, go to internet, look for a paragraph through which someone else has explained his or her daily routine. Compare these two paragraphs. All right, find how he has written or she has written, check how you have written, compare. That's a very positive comparison. You have to do this thing because that is going to make you better day by day. And then you can rewrite. Once you have read, once you have done this comparison, you can rewrite. So for example, you have written a paragraph about your routine or about your friend or about your work environment, about a trip. You have written it, you have compared it, you have done the proofreading. Now rewrite it. Don't copy it. All right, you don't have to copy anything, just compare. And if possible, try to post it somewhere. Use that paragraph as caption. You can write, you can post that paragraph on Instagram, on Facebook, right? Find a place, find a platform where you can post these things regularly, because that will help you keep a record of your progress, right? Track your progress. Good. Fourth point, there is a theory called exposure, consumption, and production. So if you want to become a very good speaker or a very good writer, in both cases, you have to expose yourself to different types of English, okay, different versions of English, different styles of English, okay. Then you have to consume it, and then you have to either speak or write. So what are the best sources you can read from? So in my opinion, since you are a beginner only, I would recommend that you read from NCERT books, English books, NCERT English books, because NCERT English books contain stories, and those stories are written in very simple language, no complicated vocabulary, no complex sentence structure. So read from those books and try to understand how things are actually written, how events are arranged in a proper sequence, sequencing of events and all. Also try to understand grammar rules, because when you read, you learn grammar rules. You don't have to again and again open grammar book. By reading also you can learn about grammar rules. So read. Second recommendation would be that you read autobiographies, because you are writing about your personal experiences, and autobiographies contain personal experiences. So purchase an autobiography, or just go on internet, look for an autobiography, read, see how the author has explained the incidents of his or her life, in which chronology. All right, and I think you will be able to bring positive changes in your writing style. Fifth and last point, and this is very important point, avoid plagiarism. And this point is to some extent linked with the third point, which was compare and improve. So when you are comparing yourself, make sure you don't copy things, right? Comparison is good, copying is not. So don't copy. You go to internet, you look for an article or something, you take inspiration, you borrow ideas and thoughts, but write those things in your own style. Avoid plagiarism. Now there are some facts that will remain exactly the same no matter who writes what. For example, India got independence on 15th of August 1947. you cannot replace this fact. No matter how many times you write, in every essay, in every paragraph where you have to mention this point, it will maintain its position. So it's okay, but don't plagiarize, don't just copy, don't just steal things. So that's it. These were the 5 tips, 5 points. Follow these 5 points regularly, and you will become a very good writer for sure. At least you will learn how to start this journey. And once you have started this journey, you will automatically understand that what good things you are supposed to now do, what are the things that you need to eliminate. You will develop this understanding. So that is it. Thank you very much.